Learning the right way to handle the Volvo articulated hauler will make your work safer and reduce machine wear and tear. Please note that this film is an introduction to the operator's manual, not a substitute. You should always consult the operator's manual for complete details. Make sure you're up to date with local safety regulations regarding transport rules, personal safety gear and maintenance, etc., as they may be different from what is shown. Safety should always be your main concern on the construction site. Well-trained operators and properly maintained equipment, together with a well-planned worksite, will provide a solid foundation for the safety chain: operator, machine, worksite. It's important that you get to know your hauler. You need to be completely familiar with the instruments and controls, as well as the machine characteristics and service intervals. So, make yourself comfortable and welcome to learning more about basic operating instructions for Volvo articulated haulers. Before you start the machine, you should always carry out a pre-check of the hauler. This is important for safety. Walk around the machine with the engine switched off. Make sure that there are no leaks or loose machine parts and that the tyres are in good condition. If the hauler has been serviced or transported, make sure that the steering lock has been removed and secured after servicing or transportation of the machine. Check the hydraulic oil level indicator as you enter the cab, and be sure to use three-point contact when climbing up. A three-point contact means that you should always use at least 3 contact points consisting of 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand. When cleaning the windshield or the rear window mirrors, always step on the slip-protected walkways. Make sure that you use the handrails to obtain 3-point contact at all times. There are also 4 anchor points where a safety harness can be secured, if required by local regulations. Turn the ignition key to position 1. Remember to let the machine's pre-start check finish. Now turn the ignition key to position 3 and release it once the engine starts. If the machine is an active suspension model, check that the hydraulic suspension switch is active. You can always abort any movement by pressing the switch again. Do not activate hydraulic suspension when the machine is strapped down, or if there is anyone close to the machine. Adjust the operator seat and the steering wheel so that you have a good working position. Check the rear view mirrors and adjust them if necessary. And remember to fasten the safety belt before moving the machine. The integrated Volvo Copilot monitors oil and fuel levels and displays an early warning on the dynamic instrument cluster display if anything is wrong. Use the integrated Volvo Copilot to access information about the engine, transmission, hydraulics, etc. It's important to know that there are 2 warning levels: yellow and red central warning. The yellow warning means that the cause must be investigated the next time the machine is stopped. The red warning means that the machine must be stopped immediately and the cause investigated. Do not attempt to operate the hauler until the problem is solved. There is also a blue level for low priority information, for example washer fluid level. Turn on the headlights, optional work lights and the warning beacon if required. Make sure that all lights are working correctly. Adjust the climate control to a preferred temperature in the cab. Close the windows and door, and make sure that no one is close to the machine. Check the entrance camera for any hidden objects. Perform a stationary brake test to make sure that all brakes work properly. Follow the instructions in the display. There is also a parking brake test. Please consult the operator's manual for more information. Apply the service brakes. Release the parking brake and put the gear selector into the drive position. The cab of the Volvo articulated hauler is a safe working environment. It's designed in accordance with the standard ROPS, Rollover Protective Structure, and FOPS, falling objective protective structure standards. If the hauler rolls over, stay in the seat and hold on to the steering wheel. Do not try to leave the cab until the hauler has come to a complete stop, and remember to always use the safety belt. There are 2 emergency exits in case the door cannot be opened. The windows have breakable glass. In case of emergency, use the emergency hammer to break an emergency exit window of your choice. The hammer can also be used to cut the seatbelt. If you need to immediately stop the engine, use the emergency stop. Please note that this only stops the engine and hydraulic movement. No brakes will be applied. Fill up diesel and AdBlue and DEF tanks at the end of the shift. This will reduce the risk of condensation in the tanks. When parking, use the service brake to bring the hauler to a complete stop and apply the parking brake. If the machine has active suspension, lower the machine by pressing the switch. Let the engine cool down for a few minutes, running at low idle speed, and turn off the lights. Turn off the ignition. This also disconnects the main switch automatically when the system is ready. Please note that the service switch should only be used for service or an emergency disconnect, for example, in case of short circuits or electrical cable fires.